All right, YouTube, let's take a deep dive recap into the case of former Border Patrol agent Ronald Anthony Burgos-Aviles. Remember the middle name Anthony because that's going to be relevant later in the story. So his case has been covered by Court TV. Yesterday, he was found guilty of 2 counts of capital murder against his ex-girlfriend and his 20-month-old son, Dominic. I think it's important here that we emphasize ex-girlfriend because Court TV is calling it a mistress and child murder case. I don't like the word mistress because everything in the court case showed that she did not know he was married. Back up, 2015, married at that time Border Patrol supervisor Burgos-Aviles is having an extramarital affair unbeknownst to Griselda Hernandez, and she gets pregnant with baby Dominic. She tells him from the jump, I'm gonna have this baby. I'll do it by myself. I don't need anything from you. And she did. She kept her word. Up until 2018, she decides she was going to pursue nursing school full-time and she needed support. She wasn't making it on her part-time job, so she gets online to file for child support and needs an address to have him served at. While she's looking him up, like any good internet sleuth, she finds out that he's married. She has him served at his place of employment. Okay, girl, I see you. He gets the papers. They're in his possession. They're communicating. They've got tons of communication via text message, Facebook, Snapchats. Now, to the best of my knowledge, they could not retrieve the Snapchat messages, but they could show sent and received and what time they were open. This is important because the last Snapchat that was sent to Griselda Hernandez from Burgos-Aviles was only 15 minutes before she was unalived. So he had never met baby Dominic. He sets up a meeting on or around March 28th and says, all right, I want to meet my son if I'm going to have to pay child support. They go to a park and baby Dominic, gets what everyone thinks is a spider bite at the park. He loses mobility. One of the family members I spoke to said he lost mobility on one side. The court case said he lost the ability to ambulate. Now we know he was injected with something by Burgos-Aviles. When that didn't work and the baby wasn't removed as a threat like maybe he thought he was, he set up a second meeting. April 9th, he lures Griselda Hernandez and baby Dominic, who's 20 months old at the time, to a park and murders them. I don't have to say allegedly anymore because he's been convicted. 27 stab wounds to Griselda Hernandez. She fought like hell. Good for you, girl. And baby Dominic received a stab wound to the chest, and when that was not fatal, a stab wound to the neck. Then, the genius that he is, takes her cell phone with his cell phone, gets in his patrol car, drives to his house. He's at his house for about 10 minutes. We have Ring doorbell camera surveillance footage of the neighbor's house. He's there for about 10 minutes. He drives back to the scene. He has a genius idea. He's going to call 911. He's going to say, I'm a Border Patrol supervisor and I just stumbled upon these 2 bodies. So he calls the police on himself, right? So they get there. They find the vehicle that she arrived in. Here's where he wasn't expecting her to come through. She drove her sister's car. So they run the plates on the sister's car and they go to the sister's house to notify the sister of what's happened. And she says, my sister was going to that park to meet a Border Patrol agent and his name is Anthony Aviles. So immediately they have a suspect, right? He's on scene. He's in his uniform. His uniform says R. Burgos-Aviles. One of the Laredo PD officers testified that he asked him, hey man, you know anybody named Anthony Aviles? He's like, no. He's like, did y'all have an agent that worked in this area with that name? He goes, I think so, but he moved away. So he's on their radar. They bring him in for interview. He says, I don't know those people. I don't know them. The lead investigator that's interviewing him says, dude, Griselda Hernandez's mother is out in the hall, hysterical. She just lost her daughter and her grandson, and she's saying you're the father of this baby. The sister knew she was meeting you. Everybody in the family knew about you. He's like, no, I don't know those people. Dude, You work in law enforcement. What was your end game here? Like, how did you think you were going to get away with this? Anybody with half a brain cell that has watched at least one true crime documentary knows your cell phone is going to give everything away. They found the child support papers that you were served. They found them in your office, dude. Baby Dominic's blood was on the bumper of your squad car. Griselda's blood was on the duty belt that was on the floorboard of your squad car. There's all kinds of messages connecting you. How did you think this was going to work out? Then through the whole damn trial, smirking till his ass was found guilty yesterday. So they're doing the sentencing phase. I think they call it phase 2. But they're doing the sentencing phase right now. It is a death penalty case because it was capital murder. So we'll see. But hopefully that gets you up to speed if y'all didn't know about that case. Which one you want to hear next? Isn't this where I'm supposed to say something like, if you like my content, like and subscribe below. Help